two segments. Let's call them segments left to get through before I can let you enjoy your Sunday evening. The first one is one you looked a bit worried when I told you that we were first going to do this. This is called Under the Team Bus. Very similar to Quick Fire all of those minutes ago, except this time, instead of saying what your answer is, you pick the person in the teams that you've had over the years who most fits this description.
Okay.
So, a nice easy one to start. Who's the most determined? Who has like wire focus? Like they could be 3 lengths behind somebody and still think, I'm going to win this race.
So Andy Mullen, he's retired for now, but he's actually, when I was struggling, he's the one that helped me focus and realise how to get into race mode, because I'd never seen anyone like him before. Like, it doesn't matter what's going on. His race mode is just insane.
Just flicks a switch and I love that. I love that. Who's the biggest practical joker?
Tom Hamer. He's sometimes it goes so far that it's infuriating, but he's generally pretty funny.
Who's the most naturally gifted swimmer you've ever had in the group? Like, who just cuts through water like a knife?
You know what? We've got a new swimmer, Poppy Maskell, on S14. She's incredible, like absolutely incredible, and she's still really young. And I don't know exactly how old she is. She's under 18, still at school. She started training as a Manchester, and she's already beaten the old girls. Like, already starting to get up there. She's going to be absolutely rapid, like one to watch in a few years.
Like Katie Ledecky standards of just clear house.
She's incredible.
I love that. I love that so much. Who's the most clumsy? Who just always forgets things or drops their phone or?
Leah O'Connell. Oh my God, she is like. There was one that we have these tiny little polar heart rate monitor sensors that are like the size of like slightly smaller than 10p, and she dropped it down the, you know, like sometimes pools where the water goes over the edge.
The drains.
Like, she dropped it down the drain. Like, that was great, and it was never to be seen again.
Oh dear. Who is most up for a night out? I imagine not a lot of you because you're all extreme athletes, but
I have to say Andy again. Andy would party all night, go home, get changed, and like not even sleep, and just go straight to training and then sleep after.
My goal. It's not Michael Jordan mentality. Who has the best fashion sense? Who turns up with some pretty cool gear?
To be honest, most of us just turn up in sloppy clothes like gym kit or we don't really bother. We don't really pay that much. Like, okay. Zach Washington Young, it's still like tracksuits, but he always comes in like fancy matching tracksuits, so I'd probably say him.
Bit more coordination.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this might make my next question. Who's got the worst fashion sense? Because you can just answer all of you if you all just chuck on whatever's first on the top of the pile.
Especially in the mornings, it'd be all of us because we just chuck on joggers or like use gym kit.
In fairness, if somebody tells me to be at the pool for 5 a.m, I'm not really worried about what I'm wearing. Who's the most gullible? Like, who just believes anything you tell them?
This is a tie between Leah O'Connell and Ellie Chalice.
Poor Leah O'Connell's getting sold a dream. She's that means we'll have to get her on so she can tell us all the embarrassing things you didn't talk about yourself. Who is the best dancer? Who just looks most comfortable on the dance floor?
I don't think I've seen any of them dance.
None. No. Oh, they all. You didn't go to the club in Glasgow, so that'll be why.
No.
No. Okay. Well, I was going to ask you who the worst dancer is then. If you haven't answered,
actually, it'd probably be Ellie Simmons, or like, and it's obviously she did Strictly, but Ellie used to do all these little like dance videos with Claire Cashmore and Charlotte Henshaw, which they both moved on to different sports. But they used to do loads of little dance videos like years ago.
Like TikToks.
Yeah.
TikToks before Ellie Simmons was TikTok before TikTok was famous.
I don't know what it was called. It was basically like TikTok, but it was before TikTok existed. I don't know what it was, but it was literally like a TikTok.
I love that. Oh, like Vine or whatever it was called.
Yeah, it was probably Vine.
God, that makes me feel old saying Vine or whatever it was. I remember that coming out. Who is the future coach? Like, who just like they love to help and share wisdom and.
Oh.
You're always free to say yourself if you do have that one thing where you think I would.
No, that's one thing. Like, I actually, I'm now an assistant coach for athletics, but I can't think of anything worse of spending more time of my life at a poolside. Like, I've spent so much time at a poolside. I don't want to be a coach. No thanks. I don't know really. There's not really anyone at the minute. I think we're also focused on our careers. There's not really anyone that I know of at the minute that's actually that much focused on coaching.
Fair play. That's one for the future. Focus on the here and now. All right, I was gonna. I will miss that one out. That one's a bit more. No, yeah, we can. Who's hard as nails? Who just looks like they'd win in a fight if they ever got in one?
probably say Reece Dunn.
Yeah, you answered that quickly enough.
He's pretty tall, like big lad.
No.
Like very muscly. Yeah.
Anybody that's 6'3", I'm not fine. We're alright. Who had a bad lockdown haircut? Like who came back and their mum had clearly tried to help them with the shears or something?
So it's hard to tell really, like because of Zoom.
They're all wearing caps, so you can't really tell.
Yeah. I'd probably say Ollie Hine. It's probably like he started training us in Manchester a bit, and his hair, he just let his hair grow so long it was just a bit much.
Did he go for the mullet? Did he not, or did he just? Oh,
it was
lockdown mullets were definitely the thing. Who is the biggest natural athlete you had, like in the pool? Like somebody that's just they're just like an engine. Like you're doing conditioning and they just don't stop.
Bethany Firth.
Really, she just goes for hours.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I'm pure jealous.
Never there's some athletes that just really moan and will like fake their goggles breaking so they can like take a break and stuff. She's never done that. Just straight on it. Does exactly what needs to be done.
I'm so jealous of her aptitude. Who has the best tunes? Like when you're on the team bus going to the meet, who's playing the tunes?
So it's probably not really now. Now there's a lot of questionable tunes, but it was Ollie before he retired. Ollie Hind had the best tunes, but it was a lot of Bieber, so it was sometimes questionable. But now it's like people like to play like heavy metal and country, and I'm just like no.
I get on board with country. I don't know if I need heavy metal on a team bus. Yeah, country in the gym.
Gym music.
Oh, Tully, I'll send you about 6 songs that'll change your mind. Like Luke Combs, "Cold Beer Never Broke My Heart." That will get you there. Like that's. Like especially like if you're ever going through a breakup, you play that song. You're like what is it people say like you're in like hot girl era or whatever it's called. That's what you are by the end of it. That's how it goes. That's my advice to you. Luke Combs, "Cold Beer Never Broke My Heart." Last one. Who hogs the mirror the most after the meet? Like who knows they've got their big BBC interview coming up and they're taking like making sure every hair is okay in the mirror, making sure.
There's definitely a few. There's a few of them.
Okay.
I don't think Tom's as bad. Tom used to be really bad. Tom Hamer, he's not as bad. Zach Washington Young, Ellie Chalice, Jess Applegate. Honestly, there's loads. Like pretty much all the girls, like half the girls on the team, and a few of the lads.
Fair play. That is the end of Under the Team Bus. You've absolutely smashed it. You gave some great answers there. Now, before I let you get on your way, the final segment is all we have to get through now. But this one's nice and easy. I gave you time for this one before you came on. You've just won, I don't know at this point, your 800th gold medal, your 900th gold medal. You've broken your own world record for the 400th time, and you did this with blindfolds on just for a bit of a challenge. But you've now going to celebrate. You have to pick 3 songs to get the rest of the team ready for the night out and feeling groovy. What 3 songs are you picking and why?
Well, to be honest, I wouldn't care as much about the rest of the team. It'd be more like what I want to like after, like like celebration songs.
Yeah, well, quite right. That's how it should be.
So one is I'm obsessed with McFly and Busted, but I like a celebration song is This Is like Happiness. Happiness is like one of their newer songs, and that's like I think that's just has to be. Another one is Reach for the Stars
by S Club.
S Club. Me and my friend. So my friend who used to be a swimmer. She was a learning disabled swimmer in S14. Went into athletics, but she developed dystonia. Okay. So she actually has both shoulders fused. So both of us used to sing and dance to this, and neither of us can reach above shoulder height. So we used to do a little dance, but like reach because like we can't reach from our head, and like it was kind of hilarious. So it's just like that's always my go-to like celebration song now because it's just we envision like all of our sisters say like they and like our friends say they can't listen to that song without just bursting out laughing because of our little dance because we can't reach above our head. So that has to be like a celebration song. I
love that. So we've got Happiness by Busted / McFly, Reach for the Stars by S Club.
And I'd probably go High Hopes.
From Panic at the Disco?
Yeah.
Great song. Love that song. There you go.
Kind of like happy positivity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I'd be ready for a night out after that. You smashed it, especially S Club.
Yeah.
You smashed it. Right. Before we get on your way, Tully, where can my wonderful, lovely listeners follow you to keep up with your story as it unfolds?
So either on Twitter or Instagram. Instagram is at Tully_Kearney, and Twitter is just at Tully Kearney.
Amazing. And all those links will be in the description of this YouTube video, of this audio platform, Spotify, Apple, you name it. Now all that we need to do is, you lovely listeners, share it, tell your friends. This is brand new rebrand, so I need to get myself out there, get people to recognize the name. Allows me to get brilliant guests on, like Tully here. I've had the most wonderful time. Like I said, share, tell your mum, tell your dog, tell your dad, tell your brother, tell anybody. So somebody you walk past in the street, go, I heard a great podcast with Tully Kearney MBE last night. You should listen to it too. Thank you guys so much. This is going to be another series, 10 episodes weekly, starting from today, 10 weeks. Wonderful variety of guests, everyone. I gave you the sneak peek that Gregor Swinney's going to be on here soon, so you're going to have to listen out for that if you want to hear about how the butterfly should be done without somebody that fuses both their shoulders and decides they're still going to try it. I am so thankful for you all. Tully Kearney, MBE, this has been truly inspirational. Thank you guys so much.
Hey, thank you for listening to this Clips episode on YouTube. And then if you want to hear the whole podcast, you can find them on Apple or Spotify, as well as the full video version on this YouTube channel, alongside all the other great content we produce on a weekly basis. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you again on another Clips episode or in the full episode podcast. Tweet us, tag us, let us know what you thought. All the links are down in the description. It means the world that you guys come and support us, so thank you very much.